celebrate May 14th, okay? So my name is Lillian, and I'm going to be taking us on this agenda today. We have a full. I have some mic problems and so. Testing. Okay. So today is May 14th, 2024. It's such a special day because we get to remember all of our fallen soldiers. That means our grandfathers, our fathers, our sons, our uncles, our brothers, and even our mothers, our aunties that were nurses. We get to remember them, and we get to celebrate all of our veterans, our Hmong SGU veterans here in Minnesota. So I'm very happy that you guys could join us today. I also want to thank Mi Shang and Michael Wu for collaborating so that the schools could join us today. We have two schools that are joining us today. It's the South Washington County schools and the East Ridge High School. And so I'm really happy that all of our students can make it today. First here to begin our agenda today, I'm gonna have Captain Saipal Vang come to the mic.
Vấn đề của nó của chờ cho nó cho chữ và tao bao tao tua nhà tí chờ là chùa sắm mãi sòng Việt Nam xử lý cho tua đồ hai rong hai chùa bây giờ một cái tờ chờ là tua đồ là đây tua đồ các trong các hạ các giết các cha là với chờ sẽ đợi cho anh chụp đi tí gì là còn vì giờ ta khán là nó mà bây giờ bây liền để tụ nó chúng mới đồ bây là nè chỉ bây để tụ là theo thọ chờ sẽ đợi là nhau đầu thả ăn là nó và bên để tu.
Ok, thiếu tông một tay ra học.
Nè nó nè sân tê sân chờ thì chữ để tê chờ sân mình nè sân đá để tê chờ thứ lộp thứ gì thứ lụa thứ nó ta chân là nó giờ bên mong liền tiền tu nó chữ America mất rồi bên cho là po bên để tiền chỉ để cho tiền trả bên tàu plot tàu tua đón tàu quốc ca tiền vui trời để có cho ý giờ hiện cho chi mà giờ lên nó chữ mất ta ăn rồi bên là u thời chờ thằng này phun cho này phà cho này loi cho này trà cho này xí theo phun thế hạ rồi bên chọn mong là mấy bên sành cho mường cho khởi cho phong ba ta sĩ làm cho ý trọng phê sinh nên sẽ đợi là plot là tua đó các trong cá hà là tua đó các dê cá trà nó bên tua chờ lúc tí chờ America là nó chữ America mua thay chờ là nó bên của bên từng của bên tù của bên lì là nó cũng thấy chờ thân là phun cái lò cái cho thân là cái ý trọng mong ý trọng phê sinh và sẽ đợi lò nhớ đâu thay chờ là nó giờ này lì để tuนี่เต็มมีจุกเลยช่วยตัวเราเนี่ยเขาเนี่ยนะแล้วเพื่อจมองจะจมูกจะเสียเนี่ยเราเขาเจอเนี่ยนะอย่าเพื่อเขาเจอตัวเราตัวถูตัวใช้ตัวเจ้าชัวตัวแต่งตัวหาหายเลยนะตัวก็ว่าล้อก็จ่อช่วยตัวเราเนี่ยเราแต่งเจอเนี่ยนะจงเราแต่งเจอเนี่ยนะเนี่ยท่านเนี่ยพอเนี่ยจะเนี่ยจะสีจะคือที่นี่จ่าช่วยตัวนี่เลยถึงหมดว่าแต่เนี่ยนี่สีจะตัวเปล่าตัวละนี่ยังไม่จะตัวแต่งตัวหาตัวหันแต่นอนแต่นั่นยังเลยลีเขาเจอละย่อแล้วเต้นจุกเตะเขาเจอละจงเนอะเนี่ย生对生举图了ถือติถือรัวถือไม่ต่อไม่เขาเจอแต่นั่นยังไปตั้งเขาเจอแต่นั่นยังไปตัวนี่ยังเหมือนเราป้าฝึกป้าใหญ่เราตัวกับจั่วกับกองก็ไปจอมองต่อหน้าต่อย่อต่อใช้ต่อชัวเขานั่นยังไปลินเดตัวไปจ่อเป็นชาปอต่อตานั่นแหละมานี่ไม่ต่อไม่เสือต่อเสือนี่เสือเดินนะป้าฝึกป้าใหญ่ก็ร้องนะส่วนนี้ส่วนชง ไป bây giờ tôi tí giải là khó nữa nó đó.
Bớt liệt.
Okay, and then next, can I have everybody stand? We're gonna do the national anthem. And I'm going to invite Gonava from East Ridge High School. She's a 10th grader there.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the red birds we watched, words so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the balls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
Liệt.
And this next speaker is from SGU Veterans, Families of USA. He is the Vice President of SGU, Genghis Kane.
Good morning. My name is Genghis Khan. I'm the chairman for the memory today. Today is May 14. We are the XU welcome for the United States of America and Minnesota of the governor and senator, Congress, representative, and all the school. We are a veteran, honored to welcome for anybody for the memory today to remember our history. So we happy for anybody to remember and our sacrifice today. Thank you. 荣谢我找被总统说的贴叫哪叫支贴，路地去美国了叫那叫我说的，นู่นนอย่าอินุเจ๋งเจ๋งคือเมกอบเปล่าต่อแต่งเจเราว่าเกณฑ์ยอดจอเป็นเนาะก็จอเสียจุดจีเป bé tàu mua này nó bé trồng nhà trồng xí tàu sơn thế tàu này nó ba chỗ lúc thế lúc chờ bé thì lại tàu tua chỗ lúc thế chờ nó thì lúc nó bé ở này nó lúc còn họ có tu trò rong xe giải tàu này xua lên xua tù chỉ hay cho nó cho chữ cho nhà cho gì cho nó cho vua xua lên xua tù thế cho ở này nó chỉ cần đỡ xua lên xua tù cứ này tôi còn bé lúc nó của inu cho cho kinh cử cho để nó bây giờ đa nền đời và để nó có trò để nó xích quỷ vua xa chỗ chi cứ bây tàu chọc lúc thế chờ rồi thì u để bây tua chờ lúc thế chờ nó để giờ lên lúc nó rong xe giải tỏa này xóa đời nó rong xe nó.
And today, Governor Tim Walz couldn't make it, but he sent two of his representatives, Kendo Takashita and Mary Sean.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the Capitol. My name is Mary Zhang. I'm a senior director with the Office of Governor Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan. I will just give us a quick remark and then I will pass it on to Kendall, who will present a proclamation from our office. First off, I wanted to share that I am also a descendant of a Hmong SGU colonel, Tong Kai Ya, who never made it to the U.S. But today is an important day because I, along with many others who grew up without grandparents, is a day for me to remember all the contributions and sacrifice that he, along with many other Hmong SGU veterans and soldiers who never made it to the U.S., who stayed back and gave their life up so that I, myself, and my siblings can have a better future. And so for the young people who are here, thank you so much for joining. It is a great piece of our history that is also a tragic piece to learn about. Thank you to the SGU veterans, for those who are still here today, for your sacrifice, and for all that you've done to give up for your family and for the community. Thank you so much for all the bill authors, the legislators who supported getting this piece passed in legislation so that we can recognize at the state this important day for all Hmong community members. And so with that, I wanted to just make a statement on behalf of the governor that today, if you look at the Capitol, the flag is also, just so you all know, our new state flag. It is lowered at half staff, remembering all the Hmong SGU veterans who did not make it and also those who made it to the U.S. And so the flag will be at half staff all day today until sunset. And so on behalf of Governor Tim Walz in the state of Minnesota, he hereby order all the flags to be flown at half staff at all state buildings in the state of Minnesota from sunrise until sunset on Wednesday, May 14, 2024, in honor of sacrifices made by the Hmong Special Guerrilla Unit soldiers. And I will pass it to Kendall.
Good morning. I have two copies of the proclamation today, so after I read it, if maybe Lieutenant Tong Vang and then maybe someone else would like to receive it, I would be happy to. Whereas from 1961 to 1975, Southeast Asians, Americans, and their allies served, suffered, and sacrificed in the secret war in Laos during the Vietnam War in support of the armed forces of the United States. And whereas May 14, 1975 was the last day that the American-trained Hmong command structure over the special guerrilla units in Laos was operational. And whereas at least 35,000 Hmong special guerrilla soldiers lost their lives protecting trapped, lost, or captured American soldiers and pilots in Laos and Vietnam. And whereas one half of the Hmong population in Laos perished as a result of the American secret war in Laos, and whereas ethnic Hmong men, women, and children in Laos face persecution, genocide, and forced re-education in seminar camps after American support ended. And whereas, despite the tremendous cost and sacrifices in the war, the Hmong remain proud to stand by the values of freedom and justice that America symbolizes. And whereas the first Hmong family arrived in Minnesota in 1975, a state that is now called home by one of the largest communities of Hmong people in the United States. Now therefore, our Governor, Tim Walz, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, May 14th, 2024, as Hmong Special Guerrilla Unit's Remembrance Day in the state of Minnesota. Thank you very much.
The mayor is on his way and he's not here yet. And so we're gonna go ahead and just go to the next step until he gets here. This next speaker is gonna be the remarks from that led our SGU bill to get it approved and to get it to pass. It's Senator Du Hyung and Senator Feng Ho with the majority leader, Aaron Murphy. And so I want you guys to give them a hand of applause. Okay, so Senator Du Hyung will go first. The mayor is actually here, but we're gonna go ahead and just start here with Senator Du Hyung.
Thank you. Thank you for the wonderful ceremony here today. Welcome all to the state capitol. I am Senator Txog. So in 2019, we passed the legislation to make May 14 the Hmong Veterans Day, Hmong SGU Remembrance Day. And so one of the provisions in the law is to say that every May 14, the flag will be lowered at half-mast so that people from all over Minnesota, when they look at the flag and they ask, why is it lowered like that? You could tell them that it's to remember our Hmong veterans that passed away, to help provide freedom for us and to allow us to live here. I wanted to thank all the legislators that took the time to join us and all the department staff that is joining with us here today. 2019 was a very hard struggle, but we got the legislation through, and so I want to thank all of you, both Democrats and Republicans, to help push that through the finish line. But most importantly, today is for our veterans. As you can see here, if you compare pictures that we had at the Capitol from 20 years ago to right now, this is all we have. We used to have so many veterans that filled this entire park for celebrations. But today we only have a few that is left. And so I want especially all the young students to remember that they are leaving us one after another as they're getting older and as we are also getting older. For us to hold that story, the struggle for freedom, the long journey of the Hmong people here in America. Next year will be 50 years in which the Hmong people have come to live here in Minnesota. And so I want you all to retain that story. You have a beautiful story, a wonderful story, an American story that I want all of you to be proud of and to tell that story to anybody that you see. Be proud of who you are, be proud of the community, and be proud that we are living here in Minnesota where we have a Hmong monument here on the state capitol grounds. And so happy Hmong Veterans Day, happy Hmong Day to all of you. We're going to speak a little bit of Hmong, so hopefully you retain a little bit of your Hmong language skills. But đâu trả lâu đó, lúc nào giờ nên nu, lúc nào giờ bé Hmong nu nè, thì cú giá thọ cú và cú mua trả lâu chứ trong bé to cú chặt tiền nó,แต่สิlúc nàoจะชวนแม่หรือซะน่ะ thì béว่าจะมีตุ้มnhỏ bé khởi này ra đan này, lúc nào cho nó cho chữ là to đỏ cú bé khởi giờ này thế, cho tan đỏ bé chụp chữ phạt tụ trong Hmong của tụ mua toàn trà bùa thì thái lô tết chờ bé cho lúa nó bé mua chắc xịt nhau nè, thì lúc nào bé sợ nó tàu ôn đó lúa ôn nó ôn chữ tua sợ tỉnh chơi tỉnh mua tự chơi đó riêng yang thì mua này mua cho lào mua cho nhiệt cho gì, thì lúc nào bé tua hở này bé giờ lấy cho lào cho lo lấy chính tháp bé nhỏ là bé ăn cho trống nè, thì bé giờ cho mi tu mi nhỏ bé giờ chua trong lúc chỉ liên tục với tích cực lo thì bé giờ hở thế bé giờ tua được chơi đâu rồi有钱拿卡，那个被说的早些的被要忙，那早些的那我都一样让他被中忙，你看到不一样，现在的都用这个么路海呢，这个这让这个么都Mayor Melvin Carter to give a proclamation for us, and so Mayor, you can go right there in the middle. Let's give a big round of applause to our great mayor of the city of St. Paul.
Thank you all for being here. It's an honor. Thank you for your service. Thank you all for your service. My name is Melvin Carter, and I am honored to be the mayor of this incredible city of St. Paul. This is a city that we love. This is a city that we cherish. This is the city that I got a chance to grow up in. And one of the things that I've learned about this incredible city, while there are people all over the country and all over our politics who try to convince us that what's wrong with America, what's wrong with Minnesota, what's wrong with St. Paul is all the other people in it. We know that right here, our community is strong because we have people in this community who come from different backgrounds, who speak different languages, who practice different cultures and religions, eat different foods at home, and that when we come together, we are so much more than the sum of our parts. So that's what's special about our community. So thank you for being a part of that tradition. We also know that we have members of our community who have literally put their lives on the line for the rest of us to be able to enjoy and take for granted the freedoms that we do today. And it is important, it is incumbent upon us to recognize those sacrifices, to recognize that history, and to preserve those stories. One of the most powerful tools in the history of humanity is the power of story. And each of you represent valor, each of you represent courage, each of you represent service and sacrifice. And each of those stories are critical for all of our young people, myself included, to be able to learn from and to be able to grow and draw power. That work, as we just acknowledged, that we have fewer veterans than we did last year or 10 years ago, that work is critical. That work is urgent. I got a chance as a city council member back in 2013 to be a part of the celebration to recognize Hmong American Day in the state of Minnesota for the first time. And so it's an honor to be back here today as we do the work together to think about how we not just tell these stories in a microphone on certain occasions, but how we build lasting monuments and even a museum in the city of St. Paul with the support of the state legislature. We appreciate your support for that work, to be able to leave a standing testimony so that our generations can understand the struggles, the sacrifice, and the heroism that got us to this point today. So it's an honor to be able to be here with you to declare and celebrate Hmong Special Guerrilla Units Remembrance Day. So I'd like to read a proclamation, and I know we have a number of other things to do in the service, in the program today. Whereas May 14th, 1975 is memorialized as the turning point of Hmong American history. and was first recognized as Hmong American Day in the state of Minnesota in 2013. And whereas Hmong American Day was later renamed Hmong Special Guerrilla Units Remembrance Day and declared a state holiday by Governor Tim Walz in 2020. And whereas Hmong Special Guerrilla Units Remembrance Day commemorates the last day of operation, when General Vang Pao and other high-ranking officers of the American-trained Hmong command structure known as the Special Guerrilla Unit were evacuated out of Laos, and the 35,000 combat soldiers who sacrificed their lives during the American Secret War. And whereas, despite having lost half of its total population as a result of the wars, ethnic persecution, and forced re-education, the Hmong community found refuge across Thailand and ultimately immigrated to the United States, France, Australia, and many more nations. And whereas the city of St. Paul is honored to be home to the largest density of the Hmong American population, as well as approximately 5,000 special guerrilla veterans across the Twin Cities since the arrival of our first Hmong family in 1975, and whereas the city of St. Paul is unwavering in our commitment to the preservation of Hmong history and heritage and uplifting the Hmong women who served as nurses during the American Secret War, as well as the network of Hmong American leaders and organizations who have contributed to the social, economic, and political well-being of St. Paul. Now, therefore, I, Melvin Carter, Mayor of the City of St. Paul, do hereby proclaim today, Tuesday, May 14th, 2024, to be Hmong Special Guerrilla Units Remembrance Day in the City of St. Paul. Thank you very much.
And then next up, I want to introduce you to our longest-serving Hmong legislator here in the state capitol, Senator Her. He has worked very hard on this legislation, and he did some cleanup language this past year to help provide education for the Hmong history at public schools. Let's give a big round of applause to Senator Fong Her. And then also, please give a big round of applause for Majority Leader Aaron Murphy, who's the leader of our Senate. So please give a big round of applause to her too. Okay, then I know I see a lot of young sisters, Hmong sisters here. Let's give a big round of applause to our Hmong female legislator, Senator Susan Pa.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to your state capitol. Just want to call our, thank you, Senator Txog. Just want to call our, yeah, why don't you come over here, join me, so that we're all in the picture together. This is a good photo opportunity. So welcome to your state capitol. Welcome to the day of commemoration, the Hmong Special Guerrilla Unit Day, Remembrance Day. And you know, I sometimes, let me go back on the name again. It's a little tongue twist. I usually just say Hmong SGU Remembrance Day. It takes a long process for us to get to this point, and Senator Txog just mentioned, it takes about 15 years, and the tail of the legislation just added last year that we should encourage school to announce or bring them here to celebrate with us. That provision we're not able to put in for a very long time until Majority Leader here helped me with it, Majority Leader Aaron Murphy. So thank you for the young people for being here with us today. And sitting in front of us is a memorial, the Lao Hmong Veteran Memorial. Just want to let you know that different paddle has different meaning. The bottom paddle is before the war, peace before the war. The middle paddle is when we are engaged in the war, where destruction. The upcoming paddle is where we escape persecution. And then it's even have a paddle where the generation that were born here become accomplished member of Minnesota. And you have even a picture of a memorial of itself in that paddle too. On the top, it's clear. And there's nothing there. It's because it's for you, the next generation, who will tell our story further. I was there on May 14th in Laos. I remember my parents cry. I cry along with them. I remember crossing the Mekong River being arrested by security, and they frisked my parents. That raised a question of Mark. The first time ever, why is my parents are searched? And why are we are searched in our pockets and every single part of our body? Then they put us in refugee camp. Then we came to the United States a year later. While we're here, folks here told us to go back home. It's very traumatic in many ends. And I know at that time, I asked my ESL teacher, why? Why are they telling us to go back home? They said, there's number of resentment. One is racism. Second is the resentment of the Vietnam War, and also attached to racism too. I asked my parents, why are people here telling us to go back home while we sacrifice so much for this country? And they said, remember the past, but don't fight. And it was tough as a teen. You get into fist fight a lot when you get bullied in school. Make sure you are not bullied. If you get bullied, call me. But my parents, don't fight back with your fist. Fight back with your learning. Study hard. Get educated. And little that I know, I will be here at the state capitol ground due to my education, due to the experience that I have, and able to be part of the legislation that built this memorial, and all of you are part of it. I see my good friend here, Michael Tao, was a fundraiser to build this memorial. And the state did ask, we should fund it all. But the Hmong veterans said, we are proud of ourselves. We're going to fund it too. We need state's help, but give us the pride to fundraise ourselves. That's why we got here with the memorial. And then they lead on to recognize May 14th as the Hmong Special Guerrilla Unit Remembrance Day. And as I said earlier, then we add on the educational component that every school is encouraged to announce this day at their high school. And I thank you, the school that are here with us today, like East Ridge, South Park, and Woodbury High School. Thank you, the student, for being here. And as I remarked, I retell a little bit about my background, that during my conflict years as a teen, my parent asked me not to fight back, but never surrender. But number one thing is to study hard, so I can go somewhere. And I say the same thing to you. Study hard, so you can go somewhere. So you can tell the story. You can tell our Hmong story, whether you're Hmong or not. I asked my Somali brother, my Oromo brother, sister, to help tell our story too. And our Hmong people who will tell the Minnesota story of all diversity. But you have to study hard so you can go somewhere, be a contributed citizen of our state, of our country. I'm so glad that we're all here together, and may God bless you, may God bless Minnesota, and may God bless America. Thank you, and I pass. I'll pass the mic to our Majority Leader, Aaron Murphy. Thank you for being here. I want to also acknowledge my fellow senators, Senator Susan Pa. I saw Senator Westland, Senator Rarick, and our fellow House Representative, Representative Hanson, Representative Fisher. Thank you for being here. Mr. Mayor, thank you for being here too. Majority Leader, Aaron Murphy, it's yours.
Thank you, Senator. And thank you all. First of all, thank you for your service, for your sacrifice, and for your courage in your fight, in our fight together for freedom and for justice. You've made our lives better. I am honored to welcome everybody here to our beautiful state capitol for this important day. But it's important to acknowledge that today is a marking time and it is what we do together. Not just marking time, but what we do together that builds and continues to build what is a beautiful tapestry of America that has been enriched by the contributions of the Hmong community for the last 49 and ongoing years. You make Minnesota what it is today, and as Senator Herr has said, study hard, learn and lead, and we will continue to build a future for Minnesota together. Thank you for having us today. Thank you for being here today. I look forward to the work that we will continue to do for the future of the people here in the state of Minnesota. Thank you.
And so I am going to tell them not to leave. Everybody stay where you are. And our students from the schools, please come so that we can have you guys can take a photo with them. So the students are going to come so they can take a photo with all the legislators. Give them a hand of applause for our legislators for coming out today, and our students. Thank you so much for making this bill pass and supporting the bill. And as we're getting ready for the picture, I'll just keep speaking. We were supposed to have a poem by the Southwestern and County School, but the student that was going to be doing the poem is not feeling well, so she's not, or she or he is not going to read the poem. After this, everyone is welcome to stay. We're going to have, the students are going to have lunch, and then we'll do a breakout system so that we can talk a little bit about the war, and our veterans can speak to the students. Okay, เดี๋ยวเชิญเราที่มีโต๊ะให้ด้วยนะ
Go ahead, go ahead. I'm good. One more, please. And one. Okay, and 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Okay, so then we're gonna have lunch. We're pretty much done here. So I want to thank you for coming out today, all the legislators, and then we're gonna have lunch for the students, and then we'll do a breakout system here so that they can get a veteran with each group of students. And so feel free to take pictures, and if our legislators are still here, please take pictures with them. And thank you for coming today to Hmong Special Guerrilla Unit's Remembrance Day. It's May 14th. We're so happy that everybody came out today. Thank you.